Hello, my name is Baki Salaudin Ibrahim. I'm from Nigeria and I'm the co-founder of Green Republic Farms. I currently serve as a youth advisor to the Global Center on Adaptation CEO, and I'm currently live at COP28, which is happening in Dubai, UAE. It's been a long week from Conference of Youth to COP28, and we're already like seeing some steps in the right direction, and some that a lot of people are still pushing for. But one of the things that has really been lacking behind is the adaptation finance. We've not seen so much push and so much commitment around that. But in the African context, our African leaders are calling for more funding from developed countries to enable them adapt to climate change and scale their climate action. And during one of the sessions that we had with ASG AF, that's the Assistant Secretary General to the on climate change, he mentioned yesterday at the Children and Youth Pavilions that all of our governments, right, have been asked to ensure that they bring their NDC contributions by 2025, right, to see how they're moving from this COP to that time. So I think this is the time for us to engage with the government. This is the time for government to bring in young people to help them in the process, in the commitment, and in the implementation spaces. And another thing that we've also seen around is now a lot of young people like myself, we're moving from just advocating, just carrying placards, and also bringing our social media voices to life through innovations. With my work at Green Republic Farms, we're creating jobs for young people through agriculture and women. And we currently have over 50 people who are working with us. We're giving them decent salary. We're giving them inclusive system. And I think that these are things that we need to continue to push. And I also think that these are spaces that government and developed countries need to position their funding to, so that young people have access to funding, they have access to the capacity to scale, and they are enabled to meet the demand when it comes to climate action and adaptation. In all of this also is our mental health as young people. During the Health Day at COP28, I hosted a wellbeing session which featured a lot of incredible young people who have been in the space of climate change for a very long time, and they were able to showcase how they've been affected by climate change. Some of them have had climate anxiety. Personally, I've had climate anxiety, I've run into depression because of climate change, and these things happen because when you do some certain things and you're not seeing progress, it just weigh you down and you feel like you're not doing anything, right? So we've had that session also on how young people need to prioritize their mental well-being as much as they care for the planet. So these are like really little effort, but they are also like very important effort. And we all saw that when COP28 started, it started with a lot of funding commitment, right? But now everybody is excited about this commitment because this is like so large in sum. But are we going to get this funding to the right people, right? So I think this is where we also come in again, because young people, we have a lot of things to do post-COP. We must ensure that we follow up, and we must ensure that this funding gets to the right people who really, really need it. People who have been affected by climate change, people who are leading innovation to combat climate crisis. And we cannot just go from COP and just go and sleep off it. We need to rest, we need to relax, we need to reflect and come back to ensure that we follow up with our commitment, we follow up with our government, we follow up with developed organizations, development bodies, developed countries, everybody that has made one commitment or the other at COP, to ensure that this commitment are brought out of the microphone into reality. So those are my thoughts, and this is my second COP, and I must really say that it was kind of stressful because of the buildings, the pavilions. It was not the same as Sharm el-Sheikh, but I also appreciate the fact that it is also accessible, seamless. You can literally do everything in here inside the Expo City without going outside. The transportation system is very good. You have your metro card, you move around the city, town. You have access to water everywhere. There is access to bin, there is access to toilet, there is access to internet, printing, everything that will make your life easy. And some of the food, I don't know, That's a talk for another. But just to cap it up, that this COP is an important COP, and we must move from this commitment to ensuring action. By COP29, we should be talking about how this commitment has come into reality and what our government are using the fund for, what the UN are using the funds for. So yes, those are my thoughts. But for young people, this is our time. A lot of older generation are already telling us that we are the last generation to solve climate change. But we understand this. It's overwhelming. It's tiring. But we have to do it so that generations that are coming after us would not have to do and would not have to go through all of the stress that we're going through. So please and please, move from carrying placards, move from protests. They are very important, but move into creating innovative solutions that would help us combat climate crisis in Nigeria, in Africa, and across the globe. Thank you.